Hi, I'm Jolyn Thomas. I'm a radio talk show host. I host Idaho's Midday News on News Talk 97.7 FM, a Riverbend communication station. 49 in Rexburg, 50 in Pocatello, and it's 53 degrees right here in Idaho Falls. I worked in television for a number of years and absolutely loved it. I anchored the evening news here in Idaho Falls for Channel 3 for a number of years. Before that, I anchored the news in a couple of different markets in Michigan and also reported there. And I loved TV, but you're very limited. You're telling a story in 30 to 60 seconds, and you don't really get to weigh in on it. It's here you go. And I really wanted that opportunity to do more expanded pieces. And as I had the opportunity to do interviews and sit down with people, I found that I just really loved having those conversations. And I wanted the interaction with listeners. I wanted to be able to really facilitate conversations that would have the power to get people thinking. Do you really believe, honestly, I'm so curious, do you believe that in this day and age, if people can't pay their fines, they should be locked up? Really, as a talk show host, my job is to get people engaged in the conversation. And so I work on just really stating my opinion and what I have to say and trying to spark emotion with callers. And if they call in, that's great. But I never come into the studio planning my show around callers. I'm prepared to carry the 2 hours with or without callers. And if they want to weigh in, that's great. But I also know that for me, the best way to really get an emotional response is when I really tap in to my own life and I get real. Because I feel like if I'm asking listeners to get involved and invested in the conversation, that I have to do that too. And sometimes it's asking those tough questions. And in my experience, some of the toughest questions to answer are those straightforward, simple questions, because you can't hide. I think that for me, what I've come to understand is being in this position has given me the opportunity to take my skills as a journalist to a whole new level. Because now I'm taking everything in my life and sort of bringing it all together. Because a lot of what you do as a radio talk show host is you get real. And you bring your life experience to the table and use that as a catalyst for conversation, as a way to get people to open up and consider new possibilities. As I come in every single day, I start prepping this show. And what I do is I look at the stories that are out there. What's trending? What things are people talking about? And which of those issues has the most potential to spark emotion? So as a talk show host, you have to be good at having conversations. You have to be able to listen and really tap in to what's happening and be willing to make those adjustments in the studio. And that's what I love about this position. I'm my own producer. I can do that. I didn't have that flexibility in television. And you know what? I get to get fired up. I often say, you know what, I'm getting up on this desk, I'm going to do a Fast and Furious dance called the Angry Woman Dance because I feel strongly about this. And if I had done that as a television news anchor, whoa, can you imagine? But in this position as a radio talk show host, that's what they want. But what I have found is that as I keep in my mind and heart those priorities that matter most to me, it gives me the motivation to find ways to be able to balance. And one of the things that I do is if I have events that I need to attend on the weekends, I make my family part of that. And they look forward to doing that. And they like the fact that when we have movie premieres, they get to be there standing beside me at those events. And so it becomes something that's kind of fun for them. I try to involve them by taking things to their classes that have to do with the radio station, so it kind of gives them a sense that they're part of it. And oftentimes when they're riding their bikes or their scooters, I'm sitting on the front porch doing some show prep. I'm Jolyn Thomas. Thanks so much for joining me today, and we'll do it again tomorrow, same time, same place. I look forward to it. Have a great night.